Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Good morning, loungers. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to J is for Justice. I want to apologize for the delay. Feels like a Monday to me, but it's really Wednesday, July 5th. But I woke up this morning with my eye glued shut after having my grand for a week. So I'm feeling a little shitty this morning, but I am here. And I also found some more information on Don Wells late last night. So I had to adjust my set. No, I had to adjust the video. I had to add the new stuff that came out last night. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Member for 3 months, Murray Arnold coming in hot. Angie B, 13 months. Hello, Mark Klein. Hello, Punani. Carrie, what is up? Audra D. Punani. Everybody like that good Punani? Melissa B. Hello, loungers. Hello, hello. Mike Fontana, how are ya? And the beautiful Frankie Hopkins. Hello, hello. Lizzie Bones. J for J on the beach. What's better? It's on fire, Lizzie. It's on fire. Lizzie, there's a t-shirt in the merch shop just for you. It says, "This shit's bananas." Have you seen it? If you've not seen it, check out the merch store. It's new. Better stuff, quality stuff, limited edition stuff, and as always, $20 hats and t-shirts. I'll be adding more and more as I have time. Lizzie Bones, 15 months. Love you too, girl. Flo coming in hot with 7 months. And Shell for 37 months. Love you guys. Love you guys. Shell, that's amazing. That is amazing stuff. Janae, who's that? Is that my girl? Mandy? Mandy, thank you for becoming a member, babe. Hello, Olive Juice and Rock Girl Media. I'm seeing some new names. Mimai. Hello. We are going to be talking about Summer Wells, Don Wells, Candace Wells, Fred Hill, and someone named Cotton. And I want to give a shout out right now to Ziggy. Ziggy, I saw your post. So Ziggy got this Jailhouse call, okay? That's the only reason that we're even doing this morning is because of Ziggy. So if you're not subscribed to Ziggy, you might want to subscribe to Ziggy because she's the one that got us this info.
Or is it a cigar?
See that, Lizzie Bones? It's even up on the screen. This shit's bananas, baby. Bananas.
So is that a joint?
See that? Can't really read it, but there he is. There's my guy. Wow. We've got a lot of new members. I want to give a shout out to the ones that became a member. Kami, Harlot Oscara, Sherry Hannah, D Love of God, Lisa, Yvonne T, Carrie H, Mary P, Daisy Dead, Kendra Page, Teresa, Leslie does. Oh wait, Leslie gave a super chat. Thank you, Leslie. Kami super chatted. One Eye Flow super chatted. She said, "You did it, girl. We're here to get you by. Now let's grow." I love it.
So is that a joint?
That's Flo.
Or is it a cigar?
And Melissa B is, wow. You guys are awesome. I can't even keep it up. It's fucking bananas, Ziggy. I know, Ziggy. I'm going to send Ziggy a banana shirt. I got to send Ziggy a shirt. Because honestly, if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now. So I have to give props where it's due. And I also, before we begin, I want to give props. I know someone said, I'm glad that Jay's talking about Summer Wells. I'm glad that there are certain creators that have kept Summer in the limelight and in the right way. Not by putting out false stuff. And Ziggy's one of them. Prayer Garden of America is one of them. Interview Room is one of them. If it wasn't for the Interview Room, we would have never seen what that poor little girl was living in. The utter hell of Ben Hell Road, right? Good morning, J. Leo. Coffee and J and a
So is that
J
a joint?
and J.
Or is it a cigar?
But yeah, I wanted to give some props. So I put together a video. We're going to walk through it. We're going to
So is
go
that a
over
joint?
to our boob tube.
Or is it a cigar?
You're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
We're going to go over to the boob tube, and then we're going to go through this video I put together. So let's do that now. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the family room. We need to get some shag carpet up in this bish. We need to get some shag carpet up in this bish. All right, let's get our movie up. It's movie time. Morning
Okay, I'll
movie
be,
with
I'll-
Jay
I'm gonna
is for justice. Oh, I don't
film
wanna
around
do it
this
that way.
side.
Hold on.
No, around this side.
Oh, Candace. Oh, Candace. The stuff that has been coming out lately is so disturbing. We're going to go over what the latest is with Don Wells. But first, I want to give some props to some of my favorite creators that have followed this case. For what it's worth, these are the people that I've watched, that I've gotten information from, that I think have done good for this case and keeping Summer's name in the limelight. So, hold on. Let's resize this baby and then let's get this show on the road. And don't get frustrated, but I am going to be pausing and commenting because this all deserves commentary. All right, let's begin. Welcome to the show. If you would like to see more, make sure you subscribe. And if you like what you see, please hit that like button. Here we go.
So
Wood
is that a
Fairy,
joint?
welcome. Inflow, thank you.
Okay, I'll
Or is
be,
it a
I'm
cigar?
gonna film around this side. No, around this side. No, around this side.
Hi, Potato.
Listen how loud that door is. Now let us remember Grandma, Granny Panties, Candy Panties
Candy Bean.
was outside the whole time.
She was. Grandma
But
was
let us-
outside.
let us watch. This door is super loud. This door is super
Walk out
loud.
there with her. What if I did this? What if I did that?
Okay, I'll be, I'm gonna film around this side. No, around this side. No, around this side. No, around this.
Into the ER because my leg was messing up on me, and we were afraid.
Now, you see how Grandma listened when she heard a slam?
Took me to into the ER because my leg was messing up on me, and we were afraid.
She heard it. If that door would have slammed, Granny would have heard it. If that door would have slammed, Granny would have heard it. This was a test.
Granny
This was
failed.
a test, and Granny flunked it. Granny, you would have heard the back door slamming. Your ass was outside.
Took me to into the ER because my leg was messing up on me, and we were afraid.
Your little girl and your boys, they go out and they play all day, and then they get mixed up with candy. You bring them candy home or something.
Yeah.
They got the shit all over their face and in their hair.
Yeah.
Well, I have to take a shower every night because I work in drywall. So I'm like, fuck, get your little punk asses in here. And we'd all rinse off together real quick. Mom would be waiting there with the towel. I'd throw them out one at a time. And Mom would dry them off and dress them. So, you know, I don't want my little girl with freaking candy all over her sleeping next to me. You know, and plus, she ain't gonna sleep good unless she's clean. I did it out of love.
Okay, when I was going and I was holding the banner for Summer, when she come up next,
Okay, hold on. Let's go back to Don talking about showering with his kids. And thank you to Prayer Garden. This is Prayer Garden of America. She has managed, I think, every fucking day since Summer Wells went missing. I want to say pretty much every day, PG has done a video on Summer Wells exposing these scumbags. I don't know what they did, what they know, but I know they're liars. And I know that they've tried to implicate others to take the attention off of them. All three of these mothers were there the day that Summer Wells went missing. All three of them were there. So where is Summer Wells? And look at Grandma hearing that door shut. She looks. Her trailer is right by this back door. This is why this was done. This is why this was done.
Now around this side. Now around this.
Went into the ER because my leg was messing up on me, and we were afraid.
Now, you see how Grandma listened when she heard a slam?
So took me into the ER because my leg was messing up on me, and we were afraid.
She heard it. If that door would have slammed, Granny would have heard it. If that door would have slammed, Granny would have heard it. This was a test. This was a test.
All right, here we come up with
and
the
Granny
showers,
flunked it.
okay? Now he's going to talk about bathing with all of his kids.
Granny, you would have heard the back door slamming. Your ass was outside.
So took me into the ER because my leg was messing up on me, and we were afraid. So
Your little girl and your boys, they go out and they play all day, and then they get mixed up with candy. You bring them candy home or something.
Yeah.
They got the shit all over their face and in their hair.
Yeah.
Well, I have to take a shower every night because I work in drywall. I'm like, fuck, get your little punk asses in here. And we'd all rinse off together real quick. Mom would be waiting there with the towel. I'd throw them out one at a time. And Mom would dry them off and dress them. So, you know, I don't want my little girl with freaking candy all over her sleeping next to me. You know, and plus, she ain't gonna sleep good unless she's clean. I did it out of love.
I do it
Okay,
out of
when I
love.
was going, and I was
He does it out of love because she's got to be clean when she's laying next to him. I'm not sure about that.
You know,
Okay, so now we have Candace. So here is Candace on a live stream trying to implicate her friend Allie. Now, Prayer Garden comes through again with facts. Facts.
plus, she ain't gonna sleep good unless she's clean. I did it out of love.
Okay, when I was going, and I was holding the banner for Summer, when she come up missing, Allie and her group said, ha ha, like this, and said, we got your bitch. That's
So to you, when they said the word B, you thought it, you just took it as your kid? That's what you thought of your kid? That's what you thought of your child? No, absolutely not. And Allie wasn't even there that day, Candace.
Oh,
You're lying.
oh.
Allie worked that day. Allie had proof that she was at.
Oh, okay.
Something to do
So,
with-
all right, before we get into my interview with Don, Allie was at work. So here's Candace saying, oh, I was at the parade. I was carrying this banner for Summer. And Allie flipped me off, her and her group, and said, I got your bitch. And she's talking about her kid. Her kid.
Allie and her group said, ha ha, like this, and said, we got your bitch. That's
Get out of here.
So to you, when they said the word B, what? You thought it, you just took it as your kid? That's what you thought of your kid? That's what you thought of your child? No, absolutely not. And Allie wasn't even there that day, Candace. You're lying. Allie worked that day. Allie had proof that she was at.
Well, something to do with that little girl, Trudy, was supposedly having sex with a 12-year-old, and
Now,
she
who is
wanted-
this?
that's with one of their daughters. It's, these people, Hunter's sister.
Oh, Hunter's sister. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it was like having sex with a 12-year-old, and she wanted my wife to lie to the police about it, and my wife ain't gonna lie to the police. Yeah.
Okay, who's the 12-year-old? That's what I wish I would have asked. Who's the 12-year-old that you're implicating? But he remembers Allie's daughter's name. But when I ask him, and this was just a couple weeks after Summer went missing when I interviewed Donald Wells, when I ask him about Allie, what's Hunter's mom's name again? He says, I can't remember. But he remembers the little girl, Truey. Her name's True. He calls her Truey. And he says that she's sleeping with a 12-year-old. How old is the oldest Wells boy? And to answer someone's question, Candace was talking slow in that video because she was on a live stream drunk. She was shit-faced. She was drinking straight out of a bottle that night. Straight out of the bottle. Now we're going to listen a little more to what Donald Wells told me a couple weeks after Summer went missing.
So
Wow.
This is where all this, she got mad about it, and they're trying to do everything they can to hurt us at this point.
Oh, I see. Okay, so at the time though, on the 15th, when Candace went over there, they were cool. They were all right.
Right, exactly.
And then so she went to see the mom. I'm sorry, I don't know her first name. What's Hunter's mom's first name?
I can't remember.
All right.
Allie or
We'll just call her
Shirley.
Hunter's mom.
He couldn't remember. He couldn't remember. Come on.
You know, Don's full of shit.
Sure, yeah.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about when you found out that you and Candace were having a girl?
Well, I mean, I was excited or anything, but I didn't expect anything like what I got. She's been a little angel, and she has just been so awesome, you know. I just didn't expect anything like that. I didn't expect her to just cling to me for the first 18 months, 2 years, I don't remember, but she wouldn't go to nobody but me, and I didn't expect that. That was just so awesome. I could just say one word in a bad tone or something, and she would just break down and bawl, and I'd have to just, Summer, I'm sorry, I have to tell her sorry, 10 times, but anybody else say anything to her, it didn't bother her whatsoever. But me, she just, I don't know, it'd tear her up if I said anything to her. So this is just killing me for her being gone.
It's just killing me. It's just killing me. What? None of this makes sense. 2 years later, none of this makes sense. It's just killing me. Slim Skittles, thank you for your super sticker from New Zealand. It's just killing me.
It's literally it's so hard.
Let's talk about drugs. I mean, let's just get it out of the way. Let's just get it out of the way.
Uh-huh.
Is your wife currently on any drugs?
Zero. She's even trying to quit drinking at this point. He's seeking.
Okay. Did you hear him? She's even trying to quit drinking at this point. And let's go back a little further. All I'd have to do is say something, she'd break down. That sounds really scary. No one else. Yeah, I bring up, oh, she was a daddy's girl, right? Like she could do no wrong in your eyes. That's a daddy's girl. Right, Mandy? Yeah, I was like, oh, so she was like a daddy's girl. But then he says how fucking mean he could be that it would make her react like that. But he's trying to make it sound like because she just loved him so much.
Supposedly having sex with a 12-year-old and
now, who is this?
That's with one of their daughters. It's these people, Hunter's sister.
Oh, Hunter's sister. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it was like having sex with a 12-year-old, and she wanted my wife to lie to the police about it, and my wife ain't gonna lie to the police.
Okay, so this makes me think of when you're talking about a 12-year-old having sex. I don't know how old their boys were exactly. I know One of them is around that age when this all happened. I don't know if this involves him or not. I can't say that because I don't know. But I do find it very troubling that in a conversation that I had with this father who's missing his daughter, maybe 2.5 weeks after she went missing, that this is what he's telling me. He's talking about a 12-year-old having sex. And I was just like, what? Like, who is this? Like, I didn't know who Allie was at that time. Like, I didn't even know her name at that time. She hadn't done any interviews. Chris McDonough had not been out there or anything like that. Katrina, you went to school with him? Oh, my God. Did you ever hear any rumors about his parents? Curious. I've never heard from any kids that went to school with the boys. It's just, he's talking to me about a 12-year-old having sex, and then you fast forward a year later and think about Donald Sherfy Jr., okay? If you're not familiar with this case and you need some brush up, I have a full playlist, but I'll give you a quick rundown of who Donald Sherfy Jr.
You're awesome.
is. Donald Sherfy Jr. is the son of the Wells' next-door neighbor, Donald Sherfy Sr. Jr. happens to live right down the street from where little baby Evelyn Boswell went missing from and was found in her grandfather's shed deceased. Donald Sherfy Jr. was arrested for having thousands of images of child porn that he was distributing. He wasn't just looking at it. He wasn't sharing it. He was uploading it. I'm gonna talk like Grady right now. Did you hear me? Donald Sherfy Jr. was uploading child pornography. He was arrested. He's already out, I believe. He got a slap on the wrist, and I think he got a slap on the wrist because he rolled. He was sending that child porn somewhere. He was sending that child pornography to someone, to somebody, to maybe more than one. I don't know where he was sending it, but the police do. And the police know who were in those images. I don't. But kids. Thousands of images of kids on this guy's computer. And if you follow my channel, you saw that we covered a press conference down here in Florida with Sheriff Grady Judd out of Polk County. And he just busted a ring of child predators. And in those images were infants. Baby Boswell was an infant. Hey, Mike Fontana, you live on Beach Creek Road by the Wells. Interesting. You're Katrina's dad. Well, welcome to the chat, Mike. Little disturbing, isn't it? I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are on this. I don't know if you know these people that I'm talking about today, but there's some bad people that this little girl had in her little world. So yeah, we're talking infants, and we're talking baby Boswell was an infant. She lived right down the road from the Sherfy Jr. guy, and she was found deceased on the same road. And her mother was arrested. So I don't know what's going on, but it's just so weird. Mike Fontana says the Candace is the really bad one. I don't know who's the bad one. All I know is that there's a 5-year-old missing, and all these people do is implicate other people. And it just came out. That Don Wells burglarized somebody's house in like '06 and he burglarized their underwear. Did you hear me? Their underwear.
So there's a lot of butt joints that we have to cover. And I'm like, Dudley, let's do butt joints together because I don't want to have to do them all by myself.
All right, let's continue.
Hunter's sister.
Oh, Hunter's sister. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it was like having sex with a 12-year-old, and she wanted my wife to lie to the police about it, and my wife ain't gonna lie to the police. So she.
Oh, wow.
This is where all this. She got mad about it, and they're trying to do everything they can to hurt us at this point.
Oh, I see. Okay, so at the time though, on the 15th, when Candace went over there, they were cool. They were all right.
Right, exactly.
And then so she went to see the mom. I'm sorry, I don't know her first name. What's Hunter's mom's first name?
I can't remember.
All right. We'll just call her Hunter's mom.
Sure.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about when you found out that you and Candace were having a girl?
Well, I mean, I was excited or anything, but I didn't expect anything like what I got. She's been a little angel, and she has just been so awesome. I just didn't expect anything like that. I didn't expect her to just cling to me for the first 18 months, 2 years. I don't remember, but she wouldn't go to nobody but me, and I didn't expect that. That was just so awesome. I could just say one word in a bad tone or something, and she would just break down and bawl, and I'd have to just, Summer, I'm sorry, I have to tell her sorry, 10 times, but anybody else say anything to her, it didn't bother her whatsoever. But me, she just, I don't know, it'd tear her up if I said anything to her. So this is just killing me for her being gone. It's literally just so hard.
Let's talk about drugs. I mean, let's just get it out of the way. Let's just get it out of the way. Is your wife currently on any drugs?
Zero. She's even trying to quit drinking at this point. He's seeking airplanes at night, and half the country's, police force and all these other outfits here, and they can't find her. And they're powerless to find her. But God knows where she's at, and I have to put my full faith in Him.
So what you meant by that was just you're putting your faith in God and that she's going to be okay.
Wait for this.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know that she's going to be okay.
Who says that? Who says that? I'm like, he's talking about faith in God. And I say, yeah, faith in God, like, you're going to pray to God, like, that my daughter's going to be okay. Like, please, God, make my daughter okay. Make her come home safe, right? Isn't that what you would use your faith in God for? But no, in the first interview he did on the news, he said he was going to see her in the resurrection within a day. He had succumbed that he was going to see her in the resurrection. This is his faith in God of the return of his daughter. Says a lot. Listen again.
That was just you're putting your faith in God and that she's going to be okay.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know that she's going to be okay, because she could be anywhere. It's hard. We don't know. Nobody knows.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'd say a parent's faith and what they do might impact God's judgment in the end, no matter what one of your children go through. I mean, say, for instance, one of your kids overdoses on drugs or something, that's tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough situation.
Absolutely.
But I think God will...
Wait, what is he... What... Let's listen to this again, because what direction did he just go? Is he... I asked him a question about his daughter, and all of a sudden we're talking about one of his kids overdosing on drugs. What? Did Summer overdose on drugs? Was she drugged for some reason? And did she overdose? I mean, where did that just come from? I didn't even notice that till now. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'd say a parent's faith and what they do might impact God's judgment.
Okay, so first he says we got to unpack this slowly. A parent's faith may impact God's judgment on them. So in other words, if I go and sit in that pastor's Sunday school and I go and celebrate the Sabbath and I sit in that pew and I act like I'm paying attention, then God won't judge me for all the bad I've done. This guy's a bad, bad man. He's a bad, bad man. It's scary.
In the end, no matter what one of your children go through, I mean, say for instance, one of your kids overdoses on drugs or something, you know, that's tough.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tough situation.
Absolutely.
But I think God will consider, hopefully, what their parents do and what, you know, stuff like that, hopefully.
I hope God will consider what the parents do. We all around here believe Candace killed her, says Mike. Mikey likes it. I'm still wondering why Candace would need to lie for the 12-year-old unless there was an act that involved them directly. Like maybe taking place at Candace's house. Exactamundo. Well, we all remember in July when Hunter's dad and Jose and all these dudes got in a U-Haul to move down to Tennessee, and then they quickly got down there, they partied at Candace's, and then quickly decided they weren't going to move anymore because there was nowhere to live. So they went back. True was staying at the Wells house. Don was in Utah with his oldest, I believe. I haven't reviewed this, Mandy, since I did it. And I did this 4th of July weekend, 2021.
Because what if she is forced to do drugs? And
What if, oh my God, what the fuck, you guys? I never noticed this.
And what, you know, stuff like that, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Because what if she is forced to do drugs and grows up in this negative way or this negative country or who knows what, and
Negative
you know, and she
country.
gets killed or whatever, and she's not in the church. I wasn't able to bring her up to church like I wanted to. So what if?
Right, but
you
it's
know?
kind of like
Okay,
what we
so
talked
he's
about.
worried about himself. He just talked about God judging the parents for what they do. If they have, God, we haven't even gotten to the meat and potatoes of this live yet, which is Fred Hill. But, yeah, he's talking about, hold on.
I wasn't able to bring her up to church like.
He's talking about the parents, like, I think he's saying kind of like, if he was able to bring her up in the church like he should have, maybe God will have mercy on his soul. Right? Like, God will have mercy on my soul. And then he's talking about her overdosing and being forced to do drugs. I mean, at the time, this was a brand new case. I had no idea who these people even were. Okay, in this same interview, I literally asked Don, do you live on a dirt road? That's how new the case was. We hadn't even seen the house yet. Crazy town. He was saying this off the bat. He was saying in an interview, like the day after she went missing, that he would see her in the resurrection. And I think he's talking about her being trafficked to another country, Donovan. That was what he was alluding to. He was alluding that she was trafficked to another country.
Negative country or who knows what, and you know, and she gets killed or whatever, and she's not in the church. I wasn't able to bring her up to church like I wanted to.
Then God
So
won't have
what
mercy
is-
Right,
on
but
his
it's
soul.
kind of like what we talked about on the
Yeah.
phone before. Like
Right.
she's the little innocent kid, you know.
Right.
See, I was telling him on the phone before we did our live stream, he kept saying this kind of shit about, you know, God and having mercy on his soul and all this shit. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, Summer's a little kid. Summer's a little kid. Why would she go anywhere but to a good place?
She's a little innocent kid.
And God, and the good thing about that, you know, Jesus being the judge, he's also your lawyer.
What the fuck is he talking about? Oh man, Mike, if that's true, that's awful and not really shocking, unfortunately.
Right?
Yeah, yeah, you know, so
Yep.
definitely I'm going to do everything I can.
Listen to that laugh too. It's disturbing.
She's the little innocent kid, you know?
Right.
She's a
Yeah.
little innocent kid.
And God, and the good thing about that, you know, Jesus being the judge, he's also your lawyer.
Right?
Yeah, you know, so
Yep.
definitely I'm going to do everything I can, you know, to sway God and to.
What?
Well, you can't sway God, but I mean,
Okay, now we're going to talk about
Who was all with
Candace. So now this is a clip from that same interview where I ask about June 15th, the day that Summer Wells went missing. Who was with Candace? Now we're going to be bringing in the interview room with Chris McDonough in just a few minutes. Just bear with me.
Who was all with Candace? that you know.
Candace's mother,
Okay.
Summer, Wyatt and Waylon, and Wyatt, Waylon, Josie, my other three boys, and
So all the boys were
You
there.
hear this? You hear this? This is 2.5 weeks after Summer Wells was reported missing by her parents. I'm asking about the day she went missing. He says, Don Wells says that all the kids were with Candace.
What?
Two.
Well, either that or the boys stayed here. You know, I'm really unclear on that for sure.
See,
I'm not-
he's unclear on the events of the day. This is why the TBI sent them home to get their stories straight, because they were the prime suspects and they still remain the prime suspects. He was already he didn't know. Like, how can you not know the events of that day 2.5 weeks after? You would know it like the back of your hand. Like, you would just rattle it off. I'm not really clear on my. How can you not be clear on it, Don?
Okay.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah. And Wyatt, Waylon, Josie, my other three boys, and
So all the boys were there too.
well, either that or the boys stayed here. You know, I'm really unclear on that for sure. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
I know it's been tossed around that the boys
Yeah.
weren't there. And
They
everybody
may
was
not have
like, why were the boys at home? And
Yeah.
she's taking this 15-year-old boy to the state park with Summer.
Right. Yeah, I'm unclear on that. I really don't know for sure.
She drops Hunter off at his house.
I'm really unclear on that. I don't know for sure. Wow. Mikey likes it. He sounds so coached by that church lady already. No, I think Don Wells is a master manipulator, and I think he used that church to make himself look like a better person. I think he sought them out so that they could vouch for him. This is all about him. This is all about him.
Right.
That afternoon at like 2:30 or whatever the time,
Yeah,
2:30.
picked up her prescription. That's why you see Summer asleep in the back of the truck there, because she's just stuck it out.
Yes, and that's what I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah.
That picture.
Yeah.
So she's back there, and someone had put a side by side of her hands.
Yeah.
Did you see this on YouTube?
I heard something about it.
Yeah, I know you've seen some of the stuff.
I didn't pay no attention to it though.
Yeah, I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to the hand thing, but I did, I looked at her in the back seat, and she's got like the couple gallons of milk. So I'm assuming they went shopping or went to the store to get some groceries or, some milk. And she's kind of, just leaned against it. Looks to me like she's sleeping.
Yeah, definitely.
And Candace took a picture of her sleeping.
Right.
Is that a picture or is that a TikTok video? Something like that.
Picture, I think.
Okay. So she takes this picture, and this is on the way back from swimming.
Yeah.
All right. So then Grandma, Summer, and Mom go home, and they're outside in the garden.
Yeah. They said they were planting flowers, but actually it was some kind of like cactus flower.
Because my leg was messing up on me. And we were flowers
on the side of the house.
Why did he feel the need to tell me what kind of fucking flower it was? Like someone said earlier, he talks way too much to not be guilty of something.
They said they were planting flowers, but actually it was some kind of like cactus flower.
because my leg was messing up on me. And we were afraid.
Whatever, they were tinkering around in the yard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're outside, and then Summer's outside playing, and the boys were all inside, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then Summer says, I want to go inside with the boys.
Right.
So she goes in. Mom walks her like halfway to the house.
Yeah.
And she goes in.
Watched her go in the door. Make sure she made it to the door. And then, yeah.
So she actually physically saw Summer walk through the door.
Yes. 2, 3, 4 minutes. Who knows?
Who knows? Here's another who knows. 2.5 weeks into the missing child investigation. She's helping Grandma Granny Panties with her knee brace. 2, 3, 4 minutes. Not quite sure what it was. Margaret, we can't believe a word out of any of these people, out of any of their mouths. But guess what? This is all we got to go on because they all lie. They're all on drugs. We have to sift through all of it, Margaret. And if Ziggy didn't give us what Ziggy gave us, we wouldn't have that to sift through. Because we're talking about Fred Hill, who is a meth dealer. We have the Wells, who were on meth. They're neighbors. 1 + 1 = 2, babe.
Come back in the house and she asked the boys, where's Summer?
Yeah, listen to the minutes again. 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes.
2, 3, 4 minutes. Who knows?
Who knows?
Come back in the house and she asked
Who
the boys,
knows? Because that's not an important detail, is it, Don? Because it's a fucking lie. Because it's a fucking lie. That's why it's who knows. Those minutes are supposedly the minutes that their kid went missing. 2, 3, 4 minutes. Who knows? Who knows? Who cares? Those details don't matter because it's a lie.
Yeah.
There's truth in lies, though. And that's why you cannot discount someone just because you don't care for that creator. Grow up. This is about Summer Wells. Look at her little face on the screen. She deserved better. She deserved better.
Physically saw Summer walk through the door.
Yes. 2, 3, 4 minutes. Who knows? Come back in the house and she asked the boys, where's Summer? Well, she went down to play with her toys. So she hollered twice for her. She didn't answer, so she went down there looking for her. And
Don's full of shit.
Again.
We never seen her again.
So she had a toy.
Okay, so it was 2, 3, 4 minutes. Who knows? And then we never seen her again. But who knows? I'm not going to verify that fact. That's bad right there. Can you imagine the TBI hearing this bullshit? That's why these people have never been cleared. They've always been suspects. But I think the case has been building. It takes a long time for these cases, especially when there's drugs and child pornography involved. So, for example, the Grady Judd press conference I was talking about earlier, the one he did a couple weeks ago where he busted a pedo ring. They'd been investigating that since 2020. 3 years. And they finally made all of the arrests. It takes that long to build it. Oh, Mike, that is so crazy. This baby deserved better. And you know what? If it takes the Ziggies to have the phone calls and the prayer gardens to have the phone calls with these scumbags, maybe that's what it takes. So if anybody wants to come here and bash Ziggy or Prayer Garden or Interview Room or whoever I am talking about today, if the moderators could just simply block, because this is about Summer.
She asked the boys, where's Summer? Well, she went down to play with her toys. So she hollered twice for her.
And we've all seen the basement when Chris McDonough went down in the basement. Where were the toys? Where were the toys? Because all I saw was a dirty, nasty mattress with what looked like a camera bracket hanging above it. Oh, and a TV with videos and a cable going to that fucking camera bracket. These people are scumbags.
Answer, so she went down there looking for her, and we never seen her again.
So she had a toy, like her toys were downstairs in your basement?
It was her and Waylon's room down there.
Oh,
And we had
okay.
the boys sleeping upstairs. And some of the boys have a bad habit of leaving that basement door unlocked, too. So
the boys. See, then now he's implicating the boys left that door unlocked. Oh, that basement was so cute. It was just decorated for a little girl. A playroom, if you will. A playroom, if you will.
You're awesome.
I have to leave that basement door unlocked, too. So if someone abducted her, we don't know if they come in the basement or if Summer might have stepped outside and walked around the back of the house.
What? He's got it. What? Listen to that again.
Someone abducted her. We don't know if they come in the basement or if Summer might have stepped outside and walked around the back of the house.
And you were telling me about like the road you live on is a dead end. Can you kind of describe how you did for me, like the traffic that comes in and out of there?
Yeah, there is a lot of drug traffic. People come in from all hours of the night, going down the road looking for pills or meth or whatever it is they're looking for. And we've caught them, my neighbors have caught them several times parked in our driveway. And they'll, run them out and say, go do your damn meth somewhere else.
Okay. He just talked about his daughter being forced to take drugs, to have overdosed. And now he's talking about people doing meth in his driveway. And we didn't know then that Fred Hill, who lived down the street from him, had a meth house. We didn't know that. But now we know that. Okay, so we have him talking about overdose. We have him talking about
and we've caught them
doing drugs in their driveway. Oh yeah, because randos just pull up. You've seen the driveway on Ben Hill Road, dude. You got to drive that mofo, and you can't typically get through there if it's bad, right? Like it's a bad driveway. It's not paved. It's not like smooth, right? It's tough to get up that driveway, I think. But people are just rando pulling up to their house and doing meth. This guy's so full of shit. Not that we didn't know that before, but just revisiting it And now knowing that he's broken into people's houses and stole underwear, he slept with his daughter by his side, he bathed with all his kids, he's talking about a 12-year-old having sex. What? And also trying to implicate everybody he can except them.
Neighbors has caught him several times parked in our driveway, and they'll, run them out and say, "Go do your damn mess somewhere else," or whatever,
Yeah.
So that makes them mad, and they'll come by the
Now,
house.
mind you, remember, one of the neighbors is Donald Sherfy Jr.'s dad. Another neighbor is Fred Hill.
And burn rubber and raise all kind of heck and all this stuff. So we've had problems with them before, but lately we haven't had zero. We've had zero traffic here lately.
It's slowed down. Well, ever since summer, yeah. So how many neighbors do you guys have?
Well, it's hard to see them, with all the trees and everything, but we got neighbors, all around us, really.
But you can't see them from your house.
I mean, we got John who lives in a trailer about 500 yards away. Our neighbor's about, 250 yards away.
Everybody is really spread out.
But a lot of these guys are really good people.
Right.
They've never had an abduction off of Beach Creek before.
Oh, well, I'll be damned. I will be damned. They've never had an abduction. But you know what? They've had murders. They've had shootings. Fred Hill actually shot someone in the throat a few years ago. Yes, he did. These are bad, bad people.
And I'm sure they've interviewed all the neighbors and everything,
Well,
and
they're
all
good people.
There was several sex offenders in the area. True, correct?
Yeah. They checked all those out and everything. Yeah, and we put a lot of pressure on the drug traffic, trying to get names of everybody who's been through there and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
so, and it's, as far as we can tell, it's none of them.
Right. Okay, so I'm sorry, I gotta have.
Wait. As far as we can tell, it's none of them. But I don't even know when she went missing for sure.
Yeah.
So, and it's, as far as
Listen to this part again.
we got John who lives in a trailer about 500 yards away. Our neighbor's about, 250 yards away.
Everybody is really
But
spread
these
out.
are but a lot of these guys are really good people.
Right.
They've never had an abduction off of Beach Creek before.
And I'm sure they've interviewed all the neighbors and everything, and all there was several sex offenders in the area. True, correct?
Yeah. They checked all those out and everything. Yeah, and we put a lot of pressure on the drug traffic, trying to get names of everybody who's been through there and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
so, and it's, as far as we can tell, it's none of them.
Right. Okay, so I'm sorry,
Okay, so he wanted to get the names of everybody coming through, and Megan Ambrose, 28 months on the case crew. Love you, girl. Hang on. I lost my train of thought.
Everybody who's been through there and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
so, and it's, as far as we can tell, it's none of them.
Right. Okay, so I'm sorry, I got ahead of
But he was telling me about all the drug traffic. And he also told me that when he got home that day, and I don't know if I clipped this for today's live, but it's in the full interview. He also told me, wait, I forgot my train of thought again. I got too much. I can't read chat. Hold on. Let me replay this second.
Through there and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
so, and it's, as far as we can tell, it's none of them.
Right. Okay, so I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. So let's go back to the 15th.
He told me when he got home that the cops would not let him leave, that he wanted to go talk to quote unquote drug dealers. He wanted to leave while the cops arrived at his house. Thank you, Diana. And go talk to drug dealers in the area to see if they knew anything. And that part is in the full interview on my channel.
Really, and that's the thing I want to let everybody that's listening know is that I want to keep this about Summer, and I know you want to keep this about Summer.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, and I just want to get the, whatever you can clear up about that day is awesome. So Candace realizes, oh my gosh, Summer's gone. She calls you,
She calls
freaking
me.
out.
Yes.
And what did she say? I can't find her.
She says, I can't find Summer. I can't find Summer. I says, okay, hang up from me and call 911. So she did that. She had to go get her mom's phone because we live in the country. And so when she hung up, I called 911 and they transferred me to Hawkins County. And I threw the rest of my tools in the car and I beat all the police there. We were about 45 minutes away. I probably made it.
You got there
minutes.
first.
Yes.
So he says here that he was there the first. He was there before any of the cops. And he says that he was in Jonesboro and he called 911, threw his tools in the car, and headed home, and he got there before the cops. Now listen to what he tells me the cops said to him.
And when you got there, what was going on?
When I got home, I drove to the bottom property and drove all the way to the bottom of the creek, first thing, and I seen my sons out looking everywhere and my neighbor, and my heart dropped. I knew right then I knew right then she was abducted. I knew it. And then when the cops started showing up everything, I tried telling them that, but they weren't listening to me. And the whole roads got blocked up, driveways, everything got blocked up.
You couldn't even leave. You
couldn't leave, couldn't do nothing. And they weren't listening. I tried to tell them that she was abducted in the area and started going out on foot everywhere, stuff like that. But
it must have all like happened so fast for you.
Yeah.
Did the authorities come in and it's just boom, they're all in your house. So they start searching your house immediately.
Yeah.
And they're in there like CSI style.
Well, they come in, I think the next day, CSI and collecting all sorts of evidence and stuff, tearing the house apart, looking for stuff, and everything, like a criminal investigation, which, that's fine. That's fine, they're going to do that.
That's fine. I'm glad that you're okay with that. I'm glad you're okay with that, Don. Just as a reminder, if you're just coming in, we have almost 700 here. This is a replay from July of 2021. And just as a reminder, within a day or two of Summer going missing, he was talking about seeing her in the resurrection. So that just sets the stage for what happened in the very beginning of this case.
Yeah, definitely. They bagged up a lot of her clothes. I think the second or third day they started bagging up all her
and I say, how sad.
Clothes and anything, all kind of stuff.
So sad. I'm so sorry.
I say, it's so sad. They're bagging up this little girl's clothes. Listen to what he says.
Oh, no. It's just part of it.
Oh, no. Don't be sorry. It's just part of it. What?
Bagged up a lot of her clothes. I think the second or third day they started bagging up all her clothes and anything, all kind of stuff.
So sad. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no. It's just part of it. What was really eerie to me is one of the officers said that there was a yellow car, 4-door, that was just flying out of the area that he passed. And he said he couldn't turn around because he had to go to call and go after this person. And she could have very well been in that vehicle.
So he says that the cops tell him there was a yellow car flying like a bat out of hell down Beach Creek, but the cop couldn't turn around because he had to get to the call. Now, if they thought the child was abducted, do you really think the cops would even tell him that? Now, lo and behold, the guy that he worked with, Dudley, drove a 4-door yellow car. So I think he was trying to implicate Dudley in that.
He was really flying.
So he made mention of that, so that could possibly be...
Another officer, and
wow.
I thought at the time, well, maybe somebody abducted her and took her off in the woods. So, yeah, we had to search, but...
Yeah, that would be like the first thing you would think is that either someone took her out there or she wandered off.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think she wanted it. But yeah.
Okay, so he's so sure she didn't wander off. Now, if I had just seen my kid 2, 3, 4 minutes, whatever it was, and she just disappeared, why would your first thought be, oh my God, she was abducted? Because when Chris McDonough asks Candace, who else was there that day at your house? Nobody. Nobody. But Don and Candace are like, she would have never wandered off. But we have the Sherfy Sr., who's the neighbor, telling, I think, JLR and Bullhorn Betty that he saw her in the road, wandering around in the road. And he would have to, like, go around her. So, yeah.
Somebody could have been on foot, too, you know.
I just want to make note that the boys are in yours and Candace's custody at your home right now.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Unless the threats continue and get worse, yeah.
The threats, what do you mean?
There's been lots of threats of people who are going to come up here and going to beat the truth out of us and all kind of other stuff. And we've had people come up one night with flashlights and we had to call the police. And I don't know, just stuff like that, stuff that people put on
What are the police doing about those type of things?
The FBI warned them on Facebook that something, I can't remember, but, you know, all this, I don't remember. But there's one guy, he was being real threatening to me, and I said, well, I'll make sure I let the FBI know about what you're saying. I told him, if you don't stop, I'm going to the FBI. Give him that chance. Well,
I'll give him that chance.
But nothing sense. So.
Okay. So, is there still a money award for information, asks Mark Klein. No, there is not. So, the money reward went through the Churchill Rescue Squad, and they had this money, and they're like, we don't want it. We don't know what to do with it. So, they gave it to a judge, and they said, Judge, you decide. So the judge then in turn gave it to like a home for children as a donation. So that's where the money ended up going.
In my heart, I believe, now this is just the way I feel.
I respect that. Totally respect that.
I feel that somebody has got her hid out somewhere.
Okay.
And is keeping her away from us.
That Hunter says came in. Well, he said there was a call that Dawn made to you while you were in line at the prescription.
Okay, so let me give a little backstory. He's asking her about June 15th, and he's asking about the phone call that Hunter, Allie's son, recalled to him. Don called her while they were at the Walgreens, asking when she was going to be home. But if he was at work, why is he asking when she's going to be home? That doesn't really make sense. Hey, Robin.
Did that happen?
He called me and asked how everything was going.
Okay.
Oh, because Don is such the attentive husband. He's going to call midday. Hey, babe, how's things going?
Okay.
And how soon we were going to be home.
Okay. Hunter relates that he mentioned to you that Don had said something about somebody around the property. Is that true?
That is so bullshit.
Okay.
Sorry to say, but that's a bunch of bullshit.
Okay.
So she says that's a bunch of bullshit. Hunter said that Don called her and told her that there was a man hanging around the house. She says that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
I feel that somebody has got her hid out somewhere.
Okay.
And is keeping her away from us.
That Hunter says came in. Well, he said there was a call that Dawn made to you while you were in line at the prescription. Did that happen?
He called me and asked how everything was going
Okay.
and how soon we were going to be home.
Okay. Hunter relates that he mentioned to you that Don had said something about somebody around the property. Is that true?
That is so bullshit.
Okay.
Sorry to say, but that's a bunch of bullshit.
Okay. So she disappears.
I don't know what else to say.
What are the possibilities in your mind? I know what your heart's saying. Your heart's saying she's with somebody right now. How would we know how to connect that dot, you and me?
Well, like, for instance, that Dobbs guy that was supposed to be camping across at my neighbor's house.
Right.
He was there that same time.
Okay, so now first she says it was bullshit. And now she says that there's someone that was camping and was there that day.
And then Tony Hammonds, whoever the hell he is, he was down through there.
Who was there when you got home?
There was no...
Then she throws someone else's name. So then Chris is like, okay, who was there when you got home? Because she's already said nobody. Now she's saying there was. So he's like, okay, I got to break this. I got to get her to, like, stick to one answer.
Neighbor's house, but I just figured she had company.
Okay.
I didn't know about that was the guy that was trying to move in there. I didn't know that at the time.
Okay.
And so I didn't think nothing. I just figured it was the neighbors. I had visitors.
Okay.
You know, I didn't think nothing about that.
Hunter relates that he mentioned to you that Don had said something about somebody around the property. Is that true?
That is so bullshit.
Okay.
Sorry to say, but that's a bunch of bullshit.
Okay. All right.
I gotta stop.
This is the point where she has to stop. He's talking. He's getting her to admit that there was someone else around that house. And she's like, I gotta stop.
I gotta stop. I can't do no more. I gotta have a cigarette. Sorry.
No, go light it up.
I just don't.
Light it up, girl.
I don't like to breathe in.
No. Go blow it. Go. I'm not gonna.
See, she wants to get away from him. She's had enough questions. She's not sure what to say anymore. So she's like, oh, no, I don't want to blow smoke around. He's like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Go ahead, light it up. She's like, no, I got to take a break because you're tripping me up now because I just contradicted myself 3 times.
No, go light it up.
I just don't.
Light it up, girl.
I don't like to breathe in.
No. Go blow it. Go. I'm not gonna. Don't worry about me. You should see me drive.
Okay, so that is the end of the clips that I had just to go back in time with you guys. And now we're gonna talk about Don Wells and what just came out yesterday really quick. And that is the underwear stealing in Arkansas. This is 7. What happened? Whoa. 7/20. Oh, yeah. So July of 06. We're about on a anniversary of that. And JLR has all of this, I believe, on his channel as well. But this is just showing you the official documents from this case. And you can't make this up. He was hanging out. The cops were called because there was a suspicious male in the driveway. The juvenile stated that the residence was a friend's and that the male did not belong at that address. There was a juvenile there. I then observed a white male, later identified as Donald Wells, wearing a white t-shirt, standing on the driver's side of a blue and white van parked in the driveway of 4904 Persimmon, I noted that the garage was open to the residents, and the juvenile female kept asking if she could close it. When Wells observed us pointing to his location, he walked to the front of the van, which was facing the garage, and crouched down behind it out of sight. Now, I suggest you watch Ziggy go over this because her commentary is absolutely hilarious. She can't believe this shit when she's reading through it. Dire Wolf, we're not talking about that, and JLR doesn't have a 5-year-old that's missing. Thanks. I saw people blowing up Ziggy's chat with this, and we're not doing that here. I don't give a damn about other creators' personal lives. We're talking about a 5-year-old girl and her dad who was stealing underwear. That's what we're talking about. Thanks. We had the juveniles stay at the intersection of Broyles and Trail Dust while we went to speak with Wells. While riding to the driveway, they were on their bikes, which was located off of Persimmon. I could still see Wells attempting to hide by crouching down in front of the vehicle. Wells stood up and began to lean in on the front of the van while we rode up to the driveway towards him. Upon making contact with Wells, I noted him to appear to be nervous and had a shaking in his voice when he spoke. Wells stated that he was waiting for Johnny to come home. Wells stated that he was friends with Johnny but did not know where he was tonight or if he was coming home. Wells advised that Johnny's mother, Candy Beatty, so another Candy, was inside asleep, but that she did not know he was outside waiting. Wells initially advised that he had been awaiting Johnny for 2 hours outside, but he was getting tired of waiting and was going to leave soon. I mean, this is some sick shit. Okay, so then it says, it was again confirmed that Wells had not made plans to meet Johnny at this location and that Wells had shown up on his own accord. Due to the Wells demeanor and the fact that he kept sticking his hands in his pockets, Officer Linda Berry obtained consent to search Wells' pockets. During the consent search, Linda Berry located a pair of red panties in Wells' right front pants pocket. Wells initially advised that the panties were from his wife, who resides at West End, but then corrected himself, saying that they were his girlfriend's. Wells stated that he was also picking up some items that he had stored in the shed, and he said that Candy Beatty did not know that he was there or that the items were in the shed. So when the cops went in, this lady was in her bed and her voice was weak and slurred. She said she took 16 Sumatex pills but would not comment on why or about the threat of committing suicide. So she kept falling asleep while they were talking to her. They asked if she knew Donald Wells was outside and she said no, that her children were staying with a friend and would not be coming to the residence. How old is Johnny? How old is freaking Johnny? She also advised that she had arrived home the night before and found Wells prowling around her residence. Beatty said she told Wells she wanted him to leave and not come back. She did not know he was outside, and he didn't have permission to be there. Due to Beatty's level of consciousness, no further information could be obtained. So they transported her to the hospital. Now, here is another one. On 7/7/06 at 1:05 a.m., Officer Dawson was patrolling the area of Broyles and Persimmon. As I approached the vehicle, I observed a subject later identified as Donald Wells. 11/14/64. Asleep in the front of the van, Wells had been warned previously about staying in the area by Officer Lawson. After speaking with Wells, he advised me that he had been asleep since 9 p.m. and it was his 8th or 9th time he had slept in his van in that area. Wells was arrested for loitering. Search of Wells' vehicle found no apparent stolen items. The vehicle was not towed, and he went to the Washington County Jail. So we knew we had mug shots from these times, but we did not have why he was arrested in Arkansas. So now we're finally getting to the meat and potatoes. Thank you guys for all being here. I'm going to break this up for a minute, and I'm going to show you what Prayer Garden did last night, and it's kind of a funny. So it'll kind of break up the monotony, and then we will get to the Fred Hill.
Let's start the night right. All right. Here they go.
She's crazy as hell. Watch.
Oh. Hold on. Don got him busted. Right. You're busted.
I died.
He got some candy panties. Don the candy. He's not the candy man. He's the panty man.
You gotta love her. You gotta love her humor.
Right. Oh, shoot. For real. Watch. Let's see it again.
She had to play it again.
Here they go.
I don't know who that guy is.
These old boys work together. Right? They work together. Don's like jackpot.
Okay. All right. Now back to the seriousness. Now this is Ziggy's call. Seriousness with this on the screen. I don't know how, but we can do it. All right. So now on to the seriousness of Fred Hill's call with Ziggy. It's very disturbing to find these things out about Don from like 15 years ago. I mean, you know that people progress when they do sick shit like that. Hey, T-Rev. What's up? All right, let's get into Fred Hill now.
Hopefully the Summer Wells case maybe get ready to be solved.
Do you think that has anything to do with your arrest? I mean, I don't know.
So Fred Hill was arrested for meth. He was running a drug house. Also, pay attention to, let me make this a little bit bigger. Pay attention to the inmates in the background. There seems to be a couple that are really kind of nosing around this Fred Hill. And you can watch this entire video on Ziggy's channel. I just have a couple clips here I'm going to play.
With what?
Like, I don't think it does it? I mean, your arrest has nothing to do with Summer, does it?
No. My case ain't got nothing to do with Summer.
But it was just weird timing, you know, because it was like...
Well, see, they got to come up when they start an investigation like that. In 2 years, they've got to close it and reopen.
Okay, this guy's full of shit.
La, 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 la.
He is trying to tell her. He's trying to tell Ziggy. Oh my God, I know the hair. I can't with the hair. I know, it's awful. If you can get past the hair, try to listen. He's trying to tell Ziggy that they investigated his case and it made her case closed, and then his case opened. But his case has nothing to do with her case. Listen to this bullshit again. Exactly, T-Rev. Exactly.
Because you're a liar.
Closed it and reopened. And where they closed her case, they reopened it again. It opened my case.
Oh.
Ziggy ain't buying the shit either. She's like, oh, the Summer Wells case? So listen to his bull. He is on some bullshit. Listen to this bullshit Fred Hill's on.
But it was just weird timing, you know, because it was like...
Well, see, they got to come up when they start an investigation like that. In 2 years, they've got to close it and reopen. And where they closed her case, they reopened it again. It opened my case.
Now, mind you, this motherfucker was indicted by a grand jury. He didn't see this coming. Right? They didn't go arrest him and then have a prelim and put all this evidence out to hold him. Nope. He was indicted by a grand jury. And you're going to hear him say he hasn't even seen a judge. They want this dude to talk. They've got him on the drug charges via a grand jury. And they want him to talk. T-Rev says someone should have told him the bowl they gave him was for ramen noodles and not a haircut. I wonder who cut it for him, his boyfriend. No, he doesn't show his mouth because his screen where he's seeing Ziggy is down low. Her camera's up high. He can see her on a screen below the camera. This is from just recently, in the last week. He trusts Ziggy. He trusts her.
Oh, the Summer Wells case? It was closed and reopened, is that what you're saying?
I said, word.
Look at the man-made capris to the left behind him.
2 years was up on summer. They had to close it and reopen it.
Oh.
To get a new start. It started back new again.
Do they do that every 2 years or something?
Started new again? What? Well, he went from a mullet to this. It's a little behind, but a couple generations behind, but a coconut. It looks like So this dude is trying to tell Ziggy he's on some bullshit that his case was opened because hers closed.
2 years was up on summer. They had to close it and reopen it.
Oh.
To get a new start. It started back new again.
Do they do that every 2 years or something?
Well, where they dropped hers and it made mine pop up, that's why they grabbed mine right off the shelf real quick. That's why mine.
They grabbed his right off the shelf real quick. They just grab cases off the shelf real quick. They're like a little filing thing. It's like a conveyor belt, Ziggy. And these cases, they just come down the conveyor belt and they just throw one out and they just grab a new one. And when they threw hers out, they grab mine. This guy is on so much bullshit.
Because you're a liar.
They do that every 2 years or something?
Well, where they dropped hers and it made mine pop up, that's why they grabbed mine right off the shelf real quick. That's why mine come into play. But it ain't got nothing to do with the Summer Wells.
Right, I didn't think so. I didn't.
No, but
I don't think for a second that you're involved in Summer Wells' case. I think that Andy Bernard is, and I don't.
Well, I don't. He's probably got something involved. Another person, I believe.
Okay, so she names Andy Bernard. He says, yeah, he might have something involved, but there's another person. Listen, wait for it.
Involved that we've done discussed yesterday. I discussed it with some of the bigger dudes. And
yeah.
Okay. We discussed this yesterday, and he's talking about with investigators. They discussed this yesterday because he's going to tell her again that he spoke with investigators the day before, but he hasn't seen a judge yet. He hasn't seen a judge. Okay. But the day before, he was talking about some of the bigger things. This is his words, not mine. Okay? His words, not mine.
Another person I believe was involved that we've done discussed yesterday. I discussed it with some of the bigger dudes, and
Yeah.
they're supposed to be checking a certain area out.
Fields Road or?
And I said they're supposed to be checking a certain area out.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be checking a certain area out. So he met with investigators the day before. Why would this guy lie on a recorded line? Why would he lie on a recorded line about having information about a missing girl case?
And they're more likely found her.
Who's the other person that you, Marlena Crawford?
No, he's done passed away.
Oh, another person involved, you think?
Yeah.
Are you thinking?
Passed away.
Who, Rick? Or Earl Taylor?
No, it was Cotton Simpson.
Cotton Simpson.
Ziggy cracks me up. I freaking love her reactions.
And passed away in jail?
No,
Or
he
prison?
fell off a cliff on the backside of Law Run Park.
Oh, man.
They're trying to go to a cave.
Wow, have I heard of this person before?
Now look at this guy behind him hovering around.
Nope.
Oh.
This is something I just found out myself that I was questioned about, and he had mentioned a bunch of stuff to me that actually I didn't take serious at first, but it's probably where she is.
Oh, my God. Pushed
Because,
off.
you know, that's where it started out at first, is Law Run Park.
Isn't that where that waterfall thing is?
Yes.
Like the
There's a
Siseball
certain-
Tunnel?
in there, there's a hidden department in behind it.
Is that where the Sensible Tunnel is?
That's
Sensible.
what they're trying to say her body is.
Wow. So the police have questioned you since you've been in there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah, people were wondering about that if they were going to try to have they been nice to you like when they were questioning you?
Well, they brought it up about something about the reward money and shit, and I told them I ain't want nothing. But anyway, I just wanted somewhere to be found, you know.
Okay, so he mentions also the reward money. The reward money has always been a problem. It's always been a subject of scrutiny, this reward money, and what it was really for, and what the Wells needed money for. So Summer and her brothers are on video on her mother's TikTok climbing a waterfall. There's a place they used to go to swim. And I think that's what Ziggy's talking about when she says the waterfall. I'll rewind it for you guys.
So Siseball Tunnel?
There's a hidden department in behind.
Wait, let me go back. I'm going to go grab a Coke Zero while you guys listen.
Fields Road or?
And I said they're supposed to be checking a certain area out.
Yeah.
And they're more likely found her.
Who's the other person that you, Marlena Crawford?
No, he's done passed away.
Oh, another person involved, you think?
Yeah.
Are you thinking?
Passed away.
Who, Rick? Or Earl Taylor?
No, it was Cotton Simpson.
Cotton Simpson. And passed away in jail?
No,
Or
he
prison?
fell off a cliff on the backside of Law Run Park.
Oh, man.
They're trying to go to a cave.
Wow. Have I heard of this person before?
Nope.
Oh.
This is something I just found out myself that I was questioned about, and he had mentioned a bunch of stuff to me that actually I didn't take serious at first, but it's probably where she is.
Oh my God. Pushed off.
Because, you know, that's where it started out at first, is Law Run Park.
Isn't that where that waterfall thing is?
Yes. Yep.
Like the
There's a
Sisabal
certain
Tunnel?
kid there. There's a hidden department in behind it.
Is that where the Sensible Tunnel is? Sensible.
I wonder if there was some kind of a handoff or supposed to be a handoff there. There are, yes, Robin, you're right. Sensiba Tunnel, there are pictures of Summer dressed up in front of that, and it has the N-word written behind her in spray paint. It is nasty. And they took a picture of her in front of that and posted it.
Trying to say her body is.
Wow. So the police have questioned you since you've been in there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah, people were wondering about that, if they were going to try to have they been nice to you, like when they were questioning you?
Well, they brought it up about something about the reward money and shit, and I told them I ain't want nothing. But anyway, I just wanted somewhere to be found, you know.
I think it's possible that this guy's telling the truth and that he sold meth to Cotton Simpson, and Cotton Simpson knew something about Summer Wells and talked some shit. And I'm going to tell you why. Just bear with me.
Yeah. So they don't think you have anything.
And I don't know if she believes this or not, but if she does or doesn't, it doesn't matter. She got him talking.
To do with it, then.
I ain't got nothing. I'm 100% clear. I mean, they can't press nothing towards me on that case.
Right, no, I don't think so for a second. I'm just wondering if they're giving you a hard time or if they believe you.
No, they're not.
So they believe you?
They're not at all.
Okay.
No, they know I ain't got nothing to do with it either.
Right. I wish they would publicly announce that.
Okay, so he was arrested again for running a drug house. And he's in jail. He hasn't spoken with a judge. He hasn't seen a judge. He's not seeing a judge till August. But he's meeting with investigators. And he met with investigators the day before this call. And he tells Ziggy that when he met the investigators, he told them that this Cotton Simpson told him some shit. That Cotton Simpson was on some bullshit. But he didn't take it serious. Cotton Simpson lived 10 minutes away from Fred Hill. Aletta, thank you for giving Ziggy the time. I love Ziggy. I've always liked Ziggy. I don't think Ziggy has ill will towards anybody. Well, the Sensiba Tunnel needs to get out there and paint over the N-word. And people like the Wells need to stop taking pictures of their 5-year-old in front of the N-word painted on a tunnel.
Yeah, it's just the public that's throwing me around like trash.
I wish they would publicly announce that they cleared you.
As far as the case, I mean, I'm 100% clear because I've not had nothing to do with it, and I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Oh, I know.
I have no worry about being charged with nothing on their case.
So if he has some information from Cotton Simpson or somebody else, he could be sharing that information to get a deal on his drug charges. Happens all the time. We see it every day. These scumbags get deals. It's all about deals. And when they need to find a 5-year-old missing girl that's been missing for over 2 years now, they're going to use guys like this. And they're going to make deals with guys like this. And this guy trusts Ziggy. And if you guys think that they're not searching caves, if they're not searching where he told the investigators to search, you're crazy. Of course they're searching it. Of course they're following up. Why would you think they wouldn't be? Why would they bother sitting down and asking him about this if they weren't going to search and follow up? They wouldn't even sit down and talk to him about it. You got to use common sense. You got to.
I 100% believe you. I 100% back you, Fred.
Oh, I know. You've been the only one that has.
I mean, I 100%.
You and Kathy.
Kathy,
you know Don's full of
Kathy?
shit.
That you don't really have that bad of a record, you know?
I know.
So maybe, hopefully.
No, he doesn't have bad record at all. He just shot a guy in the throat. He just shot a guy in the throat.
They'll let you do like house arrest or something.
Well, see, there's not no.
He was maintaining a meth house. She's talking some bullshit about house arrest. I think she's trying to butter his biscuit. This is what you gotta do, man.
Nothing here until August the 31st.
I
That's the
know.
next court.
I know, that's
Here. And see, I can't get in front of a judge till then.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you haven't been in front of a judge at all?
No.
Not even once? I thought that you're supposed to see a judge like within 24 hours.
You are, unless you're trying to make a deal. Unless you're trying to make a deal. See, Ziggy's no dummy, you guys. You guys,
Okay, it is what it is.
you guys don't give her enough credit. And I'm tired of that.
Shall we play a game?
Well, no, I'm not, evidently. They're saying August the 31st be my first court arraignment date.
Wow. So you think that the people that set you up or whatever happened, you don't think they have anything to do with the Summer Wells?
No.
Okay.
Nobody with the idea, no. No, nobody with my part.
So it was probably a very small amount too, wasn't it?
I'm not for sure. They never told me really how much it was.
She knows damn well it wasn't a small amount. It's a big, huge amount. He was maintaining a drug house. A drug house. She's downplaying it so that he talks. Paper Chaser, he was indicted by a grand jury. This dude has been on their radar for a long time, I'm sure.
Too, wasn't it?
I'm not for sure. They never told me really how much it was. Exactly. I'm not even had no paperwork yet. They not gave me nothing.
Wow. I haven't seen
You're
I haven't seen
awesome.
an article or anything. They didn't put anything in the news or anything.
Well, see, they just come in and they don't like they had a arrest warrant and stuff. Maintained dwelling for narcotics. So, and then they arrested me, and I'm not seeing no paperwork, no nothing.
Yeah, he's fucked. Okay. That means Fred Hill's fucked. So he's talking to them about Summer Wells. Stephen Brand, you're not telling the truth. They can hold you 90 days without anything. I don't know what they can do, but he was indicted by a grand jury. And I don't think they're going to allow him to use drug money to pay for bail. You got to use your common sense. You can't be a drug dealer and use your drug money to make bail. T-Rev, Jay, did you see after his court date got bumped to very soon after? Oh, then the trial got scheduled for October. No, I didn't. I heard that he got locked down after this call, though. Fred has great skin for a longtime meth user. Well, usually the meth dealers aren't usually doing the stash, right? They're selling it. So maybe he wasn't doing it as much as he was selling it. Yeah, he needs a deal to make these charges lesser. That's what he's talking for.
Maintained dwelling for narcotics. So, and then they arrested me, and I'm not seeing no paperwork, no nothing, or nothing saying that anything.
Wow.
And I think that these guys are just trying to see, like, either A, they're waiting for the phone, or B, they're like, oh, is he talking to someone hot? Like, they want to get a sneak peek of chicks. They're in jail.
They arrested me, and I'm not seeing no paperwork, no nothing, or nothing saying that anything.
Wow. Yeah. Well, the only information I was able to find was the dates of, the 2 dates that the transaction happened on, because on the court website they put the 2 dates, and that's the only reason that I'm able to. Do you think that and I noticed it looks like it went to grand jury or something, because it was on June 1st.
There you go.
They issued the warrant, I think, or filed something June 1st, and that's when the grand jury.
Yeah, that was the indictments that come out.
Yeah.
The grand jury serves the indictments. Yeah. Says who that they gonna arrest and stuff, and that's what that was. That's when it come out.
Did anybody else get in trouble with you?
No.
Like who? Because there was a couple others. There was a couple others who were arrested for the same type thing on the same day as you. And I kind of wondered if they
she's
were,
like, did anybody get arrested with you? He's like, no. And she's like, oh, because there was a couple of guys arrested for the same thing. Listen again. She's awesome. Ziggy, if you're listening, I love you, and keep it coming, babe. Keep it coming.
Says who that they gonna arrest and stuff, and that's what that was. That's when it come out.
Did anybody else get in trouble with you?
No.
No.
Like who? Because there was a couple others. There was a couple others who were arrested for the same type thing on the same day as you, and I kind of wondered if they were related to your, or if it was by the same people that, if the same person got them that got you.
Yeah, probably so.
I'm trying to remember.
Probably so.
I think the last name was on one of them. I don't know. Maybe Hardesty. I don't know.
I love her. I freaking love her. Oh, I think it's Hardesty. Not sure.
Yeah, probably so.
I'm trying to remember. I think the last name was on one of them. I don't know. Maybe Hardesty. I don't know. I'll have to.
We'll have another chat. You'll figure it out.
Yeah. Anything that you need me to tell Laura or do, or anything besides try to get you some money and stuff?
She giggles.
Her money hits tomorrow. It goes in the bank tomorrow. Her money does. Her Social Security check.
Is there anything that you can think of that I can do to help you? I don't know. Besides money. Because I'll try to keep.
She's like, is there anything that I can help you with? Because I'm helping you with anything but money.
Besides money. Because I'll try to keep.
The way the people in here, that what they're telling me, if somebody from outside could push this where they broke my wrist and arm and stuff for trying to work with me, that they would have to release me over that if I had somebody outside to push that.
So how did they break your arm and wrist?
Well, they put where they was working on me. They're trying to bring me back.
Damn. How long were you gone for?
I'm not for sure.
Wait, what? He OD'd? I didn't catch this the first time. They broke his wrist trying to bring him back?
Is there anything that you can think of that I can do to help you? I don't know. Besides money. Because I'll try to keep my.
The way the people in here, that what they're telling me, if somebody from outside could push this where they broke my wrist and arm and stuff,
Trying to bring him
back, they would have to release me over that if I had somebody outside to push that.
So how did they break your arm and wrist?
Well, they put where they was working on me. They're trying to bring me back.
Damn. How long were you gone for?
I'm not for sure.
That's crazy. How many people attacked you?
It just one.
And it was just like an argument?
No, I was asleep.
What the hell?
Oh, wow.
You were.
Yeah, and he put stick the irons out in this jail, the heat and air conditioners out in the jail right now.
Yeah.
And it's hot as hell in here.
Yeah.
And we've been putting this sheet around our neck, wetting it and throwing it around our neck to stay cool and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I was laying on the bottom bunk, and he took it, used it for his advantage.
Whoa.
Dang. Were you guys arguing and before?
No, we hadn't been arguing or nothing.
Oh shit! What did this inmate find out that he knew? Did the inmate find out that he knew where Summer Wells was? And got the shit beat out of him? Because inmates don't like people that hurt children. I don't think inmates attack drug dealers, but there's a code in jail. Why would someone attack him for being a meth dealer? Unless he ratted someone else out for meth. Could be.
He was just crazy or something?
He had just come in from the street, so I don't know.
Oh, you didn't know him?
Oh,
no,
he just came in from the streets. So was he arrested because Fred Hill got arrested? And he was like, fuck. Wow.
He had just come in, and I was just laying there on bottom bunk.
Wow, so you didn't even know he was in there?
No. Well, I didn't know he was going to do it at all.
Wow, okay. That's crazy. Wow. I'm worried. I was worried. I was like, oh my gosh, I hope something doesn't happen to Fred in there. Because I know some people think that you have, want to bring, because Dawn brought your name up in the, case with Summer, so some people think, I don't know why some people are so scared of you. I find it funny. Because you're not scary at all.
No, I take a lot of shit serious, though.
Well, but like, they think that...
that's what they're getting at. I take a lot of stuff serious, like getting snitched out.
Yeah, well, that's different. That's messing with somebody's life, that's, yeah.
It's different if I do it. I do my time for my crime. I do.
Yeah.
If I get caught with for my own act. But
Right.
if somebody else wants to take and save her ass and snitch me out for what they've done, it's a different story.
Yeah, when they were probably begging you or something to even help them out.
Not yet.
No, I mean, maybe they were, that during the incident when you got...
he thought she was talking about investigators. They're begging you to help them out. He chuckles and says, not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, when they were probably begging you or something to even help them out.
Not yet.
No, I mean, maybe they were, that during the incident when they were, wearing a wire or whatever. They probably, I don't know.
Ooh, somebody was wearing a freaking wire. You hear that shit? You hear that shit?
I don't know.
I told them what would happen.
Yeah. We just have to be, we should be probably careful about what we say on here because they record things.
Yeah. Because
I don't want to get you in any trouble, like incriminate you or something.
Oh, I know.
So and you can't even remember when it was or so.
No.
Yeah. I don't want you to admit to it.
It's really hard to really figure it out exactly who got you anyway, but
yeah.
You can have an idea, but as far as knowing 100%, it's hard to know.
Right. Well, let's see, how long have we been on here? Wow, we've been on here. Okay. When do you want me to, let's see, what's today's date?
Base?
It's Thursday. Do you want me to reschedule, like, I don't know, Saturday or something?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
So watch the screen. I don't know what time's best.
I can check it every day at least.
Okay. Okay.
But like I was talking about, like the phone thing through the church here.
Yeah.
I can text you every day.
Okay, so those are my clips I took from Ziggy. You can listen to the whole thing. You can see him show the marks on his chest over on her site or on her channel. And I will put the link to the video. I will put the link to Chris M's video and everything that we watched today. And I will link a couple of my videos to my interviews with Don. So I have the initial interview I did that I played clips of. And then I also have the interview where he tells me the boys were taken. So we're going to talk a little bit about Cotton, that he's talking about this Cotton guy. Or no, first we're going to finish with Fred Hill. So this is from the Hawkins County, I don't know, like I don't know. They look at your yard or whatever. So like where you get permits and all of that. I can't think of what it's called. But on 3/15 of 2022, this is well after Summer Wells went missing. On March 15th of last year, they went on an initial site visit to Fred Hill's house. And what they were looking at, now he just happens to run a meth house, but they were looking at the large amount of debris. That includes appliances, vehicles and parts, tires, furniture, scrap metal piles, building materials, burn piles, and various other debris. Cars, car parts, and various wastes are close to the stream, but this person who inspected said they did not observe much, if any, waste or petroleum in the stream or on the ground. The occupant, Fred Hill, was not present. I spoke to several neighbors who stated that Mr. Hill disposes of trash in the creek. When it rains, the trash is washed away downstream and the neighbors are left to pick up the mess. We'll refer the burn piles to APC. WDR or DWR take lead on waste disposal in the creek. 318 NOV issued and 325 NOV returned to field office. This is just something I found online associated with Mr. Hill. But it was probably a reason for them to get on his property and start this ball rolling. If he was maintaining a drug house, I'm sure having the county show up would make you a little sketched out. So here is the obituary for Roy Cotton Simpson. And Mr. Simpson was only 59 when he passed. He looked like he was 80 because he was a meth user. He died on Valentine's Day of this year. And this is who Mr. Hill, Mr. Fred Hill, is saying was on some bullshit about Summer Wells. And he just shared that bullshit with investigators. And whoever, someone posted a Buddha. I thought this was hilarious because Ziggy was unfazed by this. She was totally unfazed seeing this Buddha. Even though she zoomed in on it and everything. Ziggy, I freaking love you. I do. You crack me the freak up. Listen to her commentary. Listen. This is the best part.
See how his hair is? That's where he got the nickname Cotton. See, he used to be cute, Ziggy. But he was a couple years ago.
Let's go back. Ziggy is the bomb. Okay, here we go. Now she starts investigating Cotton. She plays her call, and then she's like, let's look up who Cotton is, and she shows her audience.
See how his hair is? That's where he got the nickname Cotton. See, he used to be cute, but he was a couple years ago, Cotton. He looked really rough.
Yeah, he did.
He looked like somebody who had been. He looked like a meth head for sure. Let me see if I can find.
Wait till you see Cotton before he died.
This one picture, he doesn't look
Here's 2021.
Facebook. Here we go.
This one, he doesn't look all too bad, but he's far from handsome or anything.
See how his hair is?
This is
yeah. Oh yeah. He's 57 here. 57 years old. You think he might have been a customer of Fred Hill? 57 years old.
Yeah.
What the are you doing here?
Yikes. All right, let's continue with Ziggy.
October 7th, 2021, at least when it was posted on Facebook.
Oh, holy. Then she pulls this.
Like grandest.
Wait, she pulls this up. Hawkins County blotter, 4 charged in multi-agency meth raid at Beach Creek. And there we have Cotton. There's Cotton. There's Cotton.
Roly-poly, daddy's little Betty. Betty's gonna be a man someday.
Oh, man. Did you see the guys in the background walking around watching him while I was on the phone?
Okay, so we got to listen to her sing. Ziggy, tell us again. Tell us again why he's nicknamed Cotton. Tell us, Ziggy. Thank you, Paper Chaser.
See how his hair is? That's where he got the nickname Cotton. See, he used to be cute, but he was a couple years ago, Cotton. He looked really rough. He looked like somebody who had been. He looked like a meth head for sure. Let me see if I can find. Well, this one picture, he doesn't look. Here's 2021.
In the name of Jesus, Father God, Lord.
All too bad, but he's far from handsome or anything. This is October 7th, 2021, at least when it was posted on Facebook. Like grandest. Oh, man.
Wow.
Did you see the guys in the background walking around watching him while I was on the phone?
Okay, so here we have Cotton. See how his hair is? That's why he goes by the name Cotton. I freaking love Ziggy. All right, so I'm just going through her screenshots. Let's see. There is Cotton just a couple years ago. He died on... Who's David Cohen Jr.? I don't know who that is, curiosity. He died on Valentine's Day, which Ziggy said was his daughter's birthday.
You buzzed?
Now, this is what I found interesting in this obituary I found of Roy Cotton Simpson. He retired from Warriors Path State Park. Where was the last time Summer Wells was before she went missing?
What?
He retired from Warriors Path State Park. All of this stuff is a little too close to home. This is where Cotton lived, at 1019 Mountain View Road. He lived 10 minutes away from 110 Ben Hill, which means he was 10 minutes away from Fred Hill. "10 minutes is not very long." And this guy deteriorated fast.
In the name of Jesus, Father God, Lord.
I can't find anything about him being shoved off a cliff, but this is his house. I didn't find anything about that. If you guys have information on that, please email it to me. j4jpodcastteam@gmail.com. I don't know anything about him in the cliff. I would love to know more about that. But this is his house at 1019 Mountain View Road. This is a picture from 10 years ago. And then just another map showing the area and showing Morrison Cemetery. That's right by the Wells house. And then the red dot is Mountain View Road, and that's where Cotton lived. Hi, Vet Girl. Hi, everyone that I missed. Hi, Just Joe. I can only see out one eye because I have conjunctivitis in the other eye. Isn't that what it's called? I hope I said that right and I didn't just embarrass myself. Okay, so here's more about Roy Len Cotton Simpson. 3 years before he died, Roy Len Simpson, 56, of 1019 Mountain View Road, was arrested on April 2nd and charged with public intoxication and criminal trespassing after he allegedly went on his neighbor's property high on meth for the second day in a row. Quote, messing around with vehicles, end quote. This is July of 2020. This is 1 year before Summer Wells goes missing. Simpson had been arrested on April 1st, April Fools, Cotton, accused of doing the same thing 2 days in a row. He's high on meth, going around by people's cars. When asked by Deputy Michael Allen on April 2nd why he was back on the property after being told not to be there, Simpson allegedly, wait, hold on. Shit. Simpson allegedly stated he was comparing their vehicles, end quote. When asked what narcotics he had been doing that day, Simpson allegedly replied, quote, meth and dabs. Dabs is a waxy marijuana-like paste. But the meth is what's important here. And this is the end of our presentation. This is another photo of Cotton before his death, a couple years. The dude was a meth head. We have Fred Hill in jail saying this guy was on some bullshit about Summer Wells. Is it true or is it not? I don't know, but this is the closest that we've come to getting any answers. So I'm not sure if this guy, maybe he knew something. Maybe he didn't do it. Maybe he knew something. But it sounds like there's things that are unfolding in this case. And I think Lawson said that Beach Creek didn't have a drug problem. He knows damn well it did. I think he said that because he didn't want people to get paranoid, thinking I've got to hide my drug house, like I'm going to get busted. They didn't want people tipped off. So of course Lawson's going to say there's not a drug problem here. He doesn't want the drug dealers to be on alert. You got to remember, these investigators aren't dumb. These cops aren't dumb. Thank you so much, Fat Girl. Thank you for going over this. J4J, Mr. Fred knew exactly what he was saying on Ziggy's. Stated numerous times that what he was chatting to LE about. Message to someone, maybe. Could be. Because he knew she was going to put it out, right? But all I know is that there's information that is being asked of these drug dealers about Summer. And hopefully, we get some answers. I know, Vet Girl, thank you so much. You have been one of Summer's army as well from the very beginning. And I want to give you props for that too. And much thanks and respect to the Zigster. I have a lot of respect for the Zigster, and I hope that you will too. She doesn't deserve the hate that she gets, because quite simply, if you don't like her content, don't watch her content. But I happen to appreciate her content. I also appreciate Chris M. We would have never seen the horrible, horrible conditions that Summer and her brothers were living in. We would have never heard the stories and the inconsistencies out of Candace Wells' mouth. And I have to tell you, Donna Wheeler, rumor has it, and this is what I'm going to end on today, because Donna Wheeler just said Summer's name is so unique. I love it. The rumor has it is that Don Wells named his daughter after a porn star. Now, I don't know if that's true. But nothing surprises me anymore with these people.
Yeah.
Nothing surprises me anymore. Fred was arrested June 13th. Ziggy's call was June 17th. Cohen didn't comment till after. I don't know who Cohen is. Hey, Charisse. Hell yeah, Ziggy's a warrior in this. To sit there and talk to him? I mean, he ran a meth house. Like, cut her some slack. But I did hear that he used a porn star's name. And I'm not sure if it was all of it, part of it. I don't know. But he's breaking into houses, stealing undies. There's just a lot of yucky around this case. And we just have to hold on. We have to hold on because Summer Wells deserves to be found. And whether she's in a cave, hidden somewhere, hidden away, and they have to rescue her remains or, locate her remains, whatever the case may be, my thoughts are with those investigators that will have to find her one day eventually, or whoever comes across her, a hiker, I don't know. But she definitely deserved better. That girl, thank you for letting us know. That girl said that they just, hey, dumb blonde, that the murder sheet just released a jail visit with Keegan Kline. Mark Klein says you guys have balls talking to criminals. I will, Donna Wheeler. I'm not going anywhere. I've been here for 2 years since Summer went missing. I'm going to put all those links up in the description. And we're gonna end this. Thank you guys for being here this whole time. Thank you so much, T-Rev. Much love to you. Thanks for stopping in. Got to give love to all the creators out there. It's a rough world out in the YouTube streets. We got to look out for one another. So thank you so much, T-Rev. Check him out. And I will see you guys really soon. Like I said, Patreon tonight, 6 p.m. We are going to be looking at the Stevenson case that they actually said could be linked to Delphi. So if you guys are a part of the Patreon, we are going to be live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as long as I don't feel like ass. So I'll let you guys know. I'll post in the Patreon, and we're going to dive deep into the Stevenson murders in Florence, Kentucky. Thanks so much, guys. Justice for Summer Moon Utah Wells. Be sure to check out my other videos and playlists for more true crime content. And if that's not enough, you can join our Patreon. Don't have a tinfoil hat? It's okay. We'll make you one. It's that easy. See you guys in the next video.
See you later. Bye.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care.
So there's a lot of butt joints that we have to cover, and I'm like, Dudley, let's do butt joints together because I don't want to have to do them all by myself. Yeah.
About you and your problems. I don't give a damn. 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 I don't give a damn.
said we came home, we planted flowers on the side of the house.
You know Don's full of shit.
Feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to France, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time, I ain't got time, I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, sipping the day, dreaming about Cadillacs. Buying new shoes, hanging by the pool, sipping on Coke and Jack. Calling my phone when you feel alone, but I'll never call you back. I ain't got time, I ain't got time.
Want one Jennifer or two Jennifers?
Thanks so much, Jennifer.
Bye, Jennifer.